Hi, Paul Stubbs here, and welcome to the PP Property video channel. Are you thinking of escaping to the sun, growing your own food and living a slower, richer life? Today we're showing you a stunning stone property in central Portugal with land, grapevines, water from 3 wells and space to create your dream lifestyle. It's just 5 minutes from town, under 2 hours from Lisbon and Porto airports, and has not one but 2 living spaces. Whether you want a family home, a guest house, or self-sufficient living, this one delivers. Stay with us. This could be the life you've been waiting for. So now you've had a look from the air and you've got an idea of what's going on with this rather splendid property. So I'm going to take you a bit of a tour around and show you, how mature some of these olive trees are. And when you get back to here, there's a mixture of oaks. I mean, that is the boundary there. I will just show you that's that sort of ditch, ridge. That's the boundary of the property. Now, it does go a little bit into those trees, but they kind of self-manage. Now, this property probably suits a really keen gardener more than anybody else, but it's also flat enough for a tractor to come on and once a year blat the whole thing with a flail, and that only needs doing once a year. It does a really thorough job, and this year they paid the guy from the village 135 euros. So basically, if you're not a gardener and you don't want to do it, then that's fine too, because it doesn't cost a fortune to keep. Now, if you come here and rip out these grapevines, we're going to have an issue, you and me, because that's 500 litres of wine, and fairly decent wine, red and white, per year on that vineyard. And the owner tells me that you could get more. He's not here all the time, and they're selling up now. They've got to the age where they just want to go back to their native country of Ireland. But well, you'll see all the leftover wine when we get up to the house. A lot of it. It goes into the thickets here and goes up. But this is the main piece of the garden that you would concern yourself with more than anything. So I'm just going to take a short walk up. So I mean, kind of consider that the boundary, but it isn't. So this lovely dry stone wall, which is in immaculate condition. They don't always stay like that without a lot of maintenance, but tells me they've really done very little maintenance to it. When they're like that, they're easy to keep, or easier to keep in good condition. So he has put a couple of water butts here. Now there are 3, I mentioned already, there are 3 wells on the property. So irrigating this land with all these fruit trees and vines is not a problem. There's year-round water, there's plenty of water to go around. So you'll just see there like a vegetable plot. I'll tell you what, I will kind of walk over. There's one of the wells, by the way, just to show you. At the moment he uses a submersible pump to get the water up, but you can put a permanent pump in as well. And there is the second well there. They've all got water in. I checked it out a couple of days ago when I first came here, and one of them was completely chock-a-blocked at the top, and they're deep old things. So yeah, okay, where the vegetable plot is there, that is the neighbours. That does not belong to the property. Property starts at that level. So I'm going to take you up, walk you up here. This is obviously a garden shed. Just a really lovely arched trellis, which again is vines. They do contribute to the wine. There are also flowers. Now they've covered this low maintenance to be low maintenance, but of course you can uncover it and extend the vegetable plot. But this is lovely. I mean, I've always wanted one of these archways with flowers and grapevines and things growing over it. The only downside is I actually hate doing the work. The gardening side of it, I wouldn't mind erecting the the archway at all. But I'm just not a gardener. But I love flowers and plants and all the rest of it. So it does leave me in a bit of a conundrum. That's just get richer, hire gardeners, I suppose is the answer, isn't it? But there we go. This is the lower end of the garden. We come up through here. Again, it's all mulched, very low maintenance, so the weeds don't come through. Some rosemary, I did see some wild thyme and some wild oregano. So all your herbs and what have you. Here's the third well, and it's rather an attractive one. Most of these wheels have been stolen or removed. I don't know which, to be honest. I don't actually know if they've been stolen, but there was lots of them, municipal wells that used to have these. But in the last 10 years, most of them have disappeared. I mean, the municipality may well have removed them. And it's my suspicious mind that's thought otherwise. But yeah, okay, let's take another view here from the ground, the side of the house. And I'll walk around it. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of my junk around here. It was my junk, my equipment. So you have to just perhaps excuse that. But this is a really lovely shaded area for sitting out in. I've just been sat here for a while, having a breather in between exercises, but it's a really, really nice place. But I'll take you out onto the street. This was obviously an old water tank used for irrigation. It could be turned into whatever you like, plants or some kind of plunge pool. Now this apparently, the builder, the person responsible for the house in the first place, had this installed for the locals. He made his money in colonial Portugal and came back and decided to give back. He was from here and he had the water thing installed for everybody's use, which I think is quite a charming story. But yeah, plenty of water and plenty of character in this house. Unfortunately, the street's quite narrow, but so I can't get the best of views, but I can get enough, and with what you've seen from the drone, I can get enough of what this house is like. It's just absolutely full of character, and it's just the same. It's hard. It's, and for the money, really, really good. You don't get this stuff anymore. This also belongs up until a point, which I am fairly certain is there. So the rest of this ruin belongs to the property. So it could be rebuilt. You could put something here. You could knock it down, turn it into garaging, workshops. It's got an urban footprint, that's for certain. It's all built on stone, and it's not insubstantial. It's quite a large footprint. So here we go. As you can see, it's got a garage, enough for 2 cars. Let's just use it for that, and it would be a bit tricky turning in. Well, small car, no problem. Mine would struggle a little bit, I think. But there's also parking out here as well if you don't want to use it. It does, of course, have all the usual utilities already connected. Electricity, water, internet's available in the area, high-speed internet. So there's no, although it's got a country feel, it is all mod cons. So I'll tell you what, let's have a look downstairs first. I'm going to do that, and then we'll go up into the main living quarters. But downstairs, it's well worth having a look. So let's just go in here. Okay, so I mean, it's a little more basic than the upstairs area, but it's still perfectly livable. And you can, well, I mean, it's absolutely perfectly livable. And you could, of course, separate the house, rent it out, or maybe you've got a large family with either older people who might want to live on the ground floor, or teenage children who no longer want to be living in the same place as you, but got a nice, safe environment, and they can feel independent. So yeah, it's got a myriad of uses. The bedroom sizes are more than adequate. They're, you know, big doubles. Although there are no wardrobes, as was the way back then. Built-in wardrobes weren't really a thing at that time. But I like that. I'm just going to show it. Friendship warms the heart on a tap. Look at that. It's lovely. And this is what I was telling you before. This is the all those bags are full of wine that haven't been drunk. So tell I don't live here, otherwise it would have been long gone. Apparently the white is especially nice, but it's all very drinkable wine. So yeah, it's great. It's got its own bathroom. It's got, as you can see, a shower. The WC. And it's all in all, it's a nice little 2-bedroom, completely independent building. It does go out onto the, it does lead into the garage. Now here we have, you know, you can see the doors look bigger from the inside than they did from the outside. Maybe I would have less problem than I thought getting my car in here. But once you're in, it's a big garage. I mean, it is very sizable indeed. Those stairs do lead up onto the first floor, but I'm going to go around, back through and up the main staircase because it's very pleasant, and I think you should be allowed to see that. And you know, I'm not at all sure whether you've got the views really, because the views are spectacularly lovely. The forest views, the mountain in the background, and the kind of, I just love the flowers and everything here. It really is just delightful. So I'll back off a little bit so you can see the staircase, and then you walk up them. It is rather nice. I think it gives a sense of walking into somewhere grand. And I think whoever built this obviously had that feeling of grandiosity, etc. And okay, I'm going to obviously this is the entrance hall. It's a big one. Excuse me. And I shall go into the lounge first. It's a good size, it's got a nice feel. Most of these rooms are cool, so they're not overly hot at all, which, especially downstairs was totally cool. But usually in these old houses they get a bit warm. But these wonderful ceilings do really help. Now the main roof is not insulated. it's in perfectly good condition, and that's all it actually needs. But insulate that roof and perhaps put a bit of mechanical ventilation. It really wouldn't need very much at all, to be honest. The house is installed throughout with central heating, but for whatever reason it needs attention, and I am not a plumber and have no idea, but it needs attention because it doesn't work at the moment. It's an old diesel one, or oil fired anyway, and I think most people are changing from that, aren't they, these days? Going to pellet fired, solar assisted, lots of different ways to heat a house. So again, nice sized double bedrooms, very big for the day. These are back in days when there were much smaller bedrooms, but these are all really, and it's all well finished. And it was so well done, this house, and for a long time ago. And I mean, of course, it's been decorated and what have you since, but what you can't decorate into something are ceiling heights like that. Of course, you can add the detail, but you just don't see it much anymore, do you? People don't put that kind of detail onto their ceilings. It's just what I love it. It's what always makes it stand out for me when you've got that kind of detail. So here's I mean, this is actually the biggest bedroom. They don't use it as their main bedroom for whatever reason. I think I might, if it was me. Not just because it's the biggest, but it is, but also I think it's a little bit cooler still. Maybe that's just where the sun's hitting the thing at the moment, but it might be I don't know. I like it in there more. It's as simple as that. So here we have the bathroom. You can see through the window, you can see the ruin that comes with the property. It's a full glass shower cubicle. The floors, they're all wooden floors, proper wooden floors, in absolute perfect condition. I haven't seen any evidence whatsoever of any worm or anything disturbing them at all. Now that goes down into the garage, and that goes up into the attic. I will try and show you a bit of the attic in a minute, but there's no light up there, and it's not easy, but I'll give it a go. And so here we are into the main kitchen. Really like the gas oven and hob. Actually, it's got that commercial, last forever kind of look to it, doesn't it? So here we go. It's a perfectly adequate kitchen. It's not the biggest kitchen in the world, but it's more than adequate. I certainly see myself cooking any amount. I've got a big 5-ring gas hob, plenty of storage. Again, there's the radiators. Enough room for, you could get a bigger fridge in there if you wanted to. So, and then we complete the sort of tour around by going back into that entrance hall. So here we are. So I will take you up into that attic just to see what we can see. Ooh. Up the stairs we go. The roof's in completely good condition. All the timbers are good. I went around, and even the reapers are in good order. Actually, you can see more than I thought we might be able to. I have walked all around it. It is all safe, but it is hot up here. It does need some insulation. So if you found that useful, please like the video, subscribe to the channel. if you haven't done already. And get on this. This will not be on the market long. I promise you that.